Every day, Melbourne Airport processes around 100,000 people. They come in peaks and troughs. And as afternoon gives way to evening, there's a lull. So terminal coordinators Steve and Ebony are out on the apron checking in with their colleagues.
When it's like this, like the sun's not out, there's a little bit of cloud cover, the breeze.
Beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
You never get over seeing these big birds and what they can do and getting loaded. It's just, yeah, just that, maintaining that connection.
I also like the smell of jet fuel.
Being a Saturday night, it's typically not too busy operationally, but you could get one incident and then we run off our feet. I'm hoping it's nice and quiet.
We have NBC on the right side.
In the tower, there's an emergency call from recently departed Flight 461.
Victor 2 November Lima, Roger, copied, engine issue, right-hand side, climb 6,000 and continue heading 180.
Flight 461 was bound for Abu Dhabi, but with the pilot reporting an engine issue soon after takeoff, the airport is now on standby, and Ebony receives an update.
Is it heading that way, is it?
The aircraft needs to return to Melbourne Airport immediately, but first it has to dump fuel.
And do you have any specific area for dump fuel?
I'm going to put you over the bay south of Melbourne, south of the field, and for your planning it'll be about 20 miles to the south of Melbourne, overhead the bay.
Aircrafts have maximum takeoff weights, maximum landing weights. Considering they're prepared for a 14 to 15.5-hour flight to Abu Dhabi, they take a lot of fuel, so they have to do a fuel dump over the bay because they'll be too heavy to land. So that's quite dangerous to land quite heavy. So it looks like, looking at on-fly radar now, it does look like it's turning around, going over the bay.
When aircraft land with too much weight on board, they can overshoot the runway, and there's also a risk of fire. In aviation, it's one of the things that everyone dreads. So this evening, the airport's own aviation fire and rescue service have been deployed to the tarmac.
Responding to aircraft incident.
The airport has a detailed plan for every emergency, and this situation requires a multi-agency response.
Yeah, if it goes belly up. They've done 3 loops.
Ebony's heading out to the tarmac to check that safety protocols are being followed.
So they'll display their emergency lights, just letting everyone on the airfields know that there's an emergency. There's usually 4 or 5 vehicles out for a local standby.
Up at 6,500 feet, the pilots of Flight 461 are preparing to dump fuel.
Victor 2 November Lima, your persons on board dangerous cargo. Okay, nil dangerous cargo. 7 passengers, 1 crew that makes it 282.
A fuel jettison is rare,
Consider a hold in your current position.
but with 282 lives at stake, the pilots of Flight 461 have no choice but to lighten their load.
We have about 15 hours in Nigeria and need to dump about 30 meters. We take about
53 tonnes of fuel is worth around $60,000. Dumping it at such a high altitude means it evaporates into the atmosphere.
Passengers on board are probably going to be feeling a little bit nervous. They might not have experienced something like this before.
The pilots of Flight 461, recently departed from Melbourne, have reported an engine issue and have been dumping fuel. The plane is now light enough to land.
2 November Lima, descend via star 2,500, cleared RMP runway 34. I think that's not under 5 miles, they don't have to runway 34, or star.
But with what may be an engine issue, The threat of fire on landing is real, and the Aviation Rescue Firefighting Service is on standby.
They've already got their water cannons ready to go, just in case anything ignites.
As Flight 461 comes into land, everyone waits with bated breath.
2 November Lima, the airport is on local standby for you.
Aircraft on deck.
You're welcome.
The plane has made it back on solid ground, but the threat of fire still looms, so fire and rescue remain at the ready, while the runway is cleared for service.
Airside safety vehicles will follow the aircraft down the runway, just to ensure that there's could be hydraulic fluid or oil leaking from the engine that's got an issue. No debris is on the runway after the arrival. It's all just safety protocols.
Finally, the aircraft makes it to the bay, and terminal coordinators Ebony and Steve prepare to get busy.
So we're going to head to the aircraft door and the aero bridge, just to get an update as to next steps.
The plane will now be thoroughly checked by engineers, which will take time, so it's borderline whether it will depart again tonight.
Yeah, if this aircraft goes back out to Abu Dhabi, I will dance through the terminal naked.
It's been an hour since Flight 461 to Abu Dhabi departed. And for now, the passengers must stay on board. A cancellation will cost the airline time and money. And for the passengers, it could be a huge headache.
It's definitely an inconvenience for the passengers. I think it's over 250 passengers on this particular flight. They'll all have to disembark. They've all been exited out of the country by Australian Border Force. They'll have to be re-entered into Australia. They'll have to collect their bags from the carousel, and then they'll have to make their way to an allocated check-in counter space where they'll be either given hotel accommodation or rerouted through other ports within Australia to get to their final destination.
Complicating these logistics, the airport is about to get busy.
Got around about 1,500 passengers coming in on other international flights, plus the 200 plus on this one here. So not a great time to be dealing with an international cancellation, but things we must do.
And just when Steve and Ebony are ready to get to work, there's a call from the IOC.
Really? Well, that's awkward because I said I'd dance through the terminal naked if it went.
Let's go in. Yes.
No probs. All right, thanks. Bye. A new flight plan's been issued, so.
Oh.
After a thorough examination of the plane, the engineers found a faulty engine light was the issue. The plane has now refueled and is preparing to depart again, nearly 3 hours after its scheduled time.
So we've just seen one of the tech crew, I think it was the captain actually, that's gone out to do his walk around, which is a very good sign because that means they have all intentions to depart again. That's something that they do just before departure.
And just when this flight seems like it's back on track.
Okay, so you're calling the feds now? No problems, we're just underneath, so I'll head to the bridge. All right, base. Disgruntled passenger.
Really?
Your story just got more interesting. Yep, so they're calling AFP.